Okay, hello. I am back. I'm not dead. I mean, it's been 131. It's been 131 days. So anyway, I came back to talk about the new update because I want to talk about it, and I don't really know how to feel about it because it's called Leviathan, so obviously it's about no. Okay, no, it's about SAM systems. So why do I have a problem with it? You could always use more SAM systems, and I feel like I'm the first person to complain about CAS, particularly Russian CAS. I hate the Su-30, the Su-34, and everything like it. I just hate the KH-38. Someone do something about it. I don't know. So anyway, why are new SAM systems a problem? Well, you're gonna see in this upcoming clip I'm playing a helicopter, and I feel like that kind of sells the point of the video. These new SAM systems are gonna make helicopters already more god awful than they already use. I mean, this is one of the clips where I don't get smacked out of the air by a Panzer immediately after taking off, or some other SAM system. Usually I'm dead pretty quickly in a helicopter. It's not really easy to get kills in them, let alone get clips in them. Most of my helicopter clips are me just sitting there with 9Ms in my AH-1Z trying to farm air kills beginning of a match because, well, usually no one first spawns a SAM. I've fallen victim to a lot of first spawn SAMs though in my attempt to get clips for this. But why are the new SAM systems a problem? I kind of have a mixed feeling about this, because on one hand, I hate CAS, and I want it to be gone. I want a tank-only game mode, but on the other hand, I've wanted new SAMs too. So, what side of the argument is there? Well, first off, we're getting new CAS without getting new anti-CAS weapons, so I feel like that kind of sells itself in an idea, because, well, most aircraft are going to be pretty useless, and Russian aircraft that were already strong are still going to be pretty much fine, because they can just sit outside your range, because you're ground launching these missiles that aren't designed to be ground launched, most of them. So it's like you're really just kind of punishing aircraft that were already kind of bad, like helicopters. I mean, helicopters aren't like terrible, but they're also not at like the top of the food chain when it comes to ground armor. It's kind of complicated, but like that's my first point. My second point is, what is this going to mean for existing SAMs? For example, like the ADAS, the Panzer, the Flaregrad, the automatic. I feel so bad for Italian mans. They have absolutely nothing. But no, what are the new SAMs gonna mean for these other like SAMs that we've already had? Are they gonna make them completely irrelevant? Are they gonna be more of a side grade than an upgrade? Well, really, what are they gonna do? Because I mean, they're not really. None of them are sackless. I mean, the new Chinese thing is sackless, I guess, but they really aren't like. They're a completely different form of guidance to what we have on current top-tier SAM systems, which all, like, current ones, bar, like, the Type 81C and such, they're all sackless. You point your mouse at it, you, like, radar lock it or don't, and you just wait. These new ones are going to be, you fire it and then you forget about it, meaning you have no further input, meaning there's no real skill ceiling for them. They just kind of exist in their own world, but, like, what is this going to mean for our current SAM systems? Because, I mean, the Panzer already can reach out to, like, 17 kilometers, and even on the high end with, like, a slam ram, I doubt you're hitting something that's maneuvering at 17 kilometers, because it's got to take off from a dead stop, and it's just not designed to do that. I mean, shit, the AMRAAM already on its own can struggle upwards of 20 kilometers sometimes in air battles, so, like, what does it mean if you're launching it from a dead stop, let alone at something that's maneuvering and actively not trying to die? Are these missiles going to be susceptible to, like, chaff like their air-launched counterparts are? Or, like, fuck, I mean, if we're getting the AIM-9X for ground also, are we going to get it for air soon? The same thing goes for, like, the IRST. Are we going to get it for air soon, too? And we're getting the Mitsubishi F2, and we're getting AIM-120C5s on some aircraft, but are we going to get, like, the AIM-9X soon? Is this what Gaijin's, like, trying to test? I mean, I'm pretty sure we're getting the early AIM-9X. I don't have access to the dead server because I'm a fucking console player, but, what does it mean to, basically have these missiles on the ground platforms already? Will we be getting them on air sooner or later? Will we be, I don't know, like, when will be the time that we get them in aircraft? Will we have to wait till, like, the F-22s, or, like, the F-35 gets added, or, like, a later Eurofighter? Like, at what point does Gaijin just add them to aircraft and just say, fuck it, go have fun? And at what point do we get seed weapons? Because I feel like seed weapons are going to be like a necessity at some point, because we don't have them yet, and I feel like we're already suffering because of it. And my final point is just with like the F2. I mean, it's cool and all, but I mean, it's going to be probably pretty broken. I mean, I can't really complain. I play America. The F-15E is already busted as shit, so I can't really complain about that. But like, point bring up, also, I'm still mad that the F-16C doesn't get the C5. I mean, it's literally the most modern aircraft in the American tech tree, and it doesn't get the AIM-120C5. Two aircraft that already have AIM-120Bs get it. Well, the F-16C is still stuck with the AIM-120A in its own world, despite being like the 2006 version of the F-16C, which is kind of depressing. And also, like, what kind of seed weapons will we get when we get seed weapons? Because we're getting all these like newer, more modern SAM systems, but we're not getting new seed weapons. I mean, sure, we're still using like the Maverick for most NATO aircraft. I mean, we have the Brimstone now, but like even that is not fire and forget like a seed weapon would be. So are we gonna jump like from nothing to like an AGM-88E or like a SLAM ER, or like what are we gonna do now that we have all these new modern SAM systems and don't have the munitions to keep up with them? It's kind of a interesting thought. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to not uploading for like 100 days in between. So yeah, for the first time in a while, peace.